Good morning. Well, it's 6:30 in the morning here in the US, but in Australia, it's like 7 p.m. I'm editing Chicken Nuggie's photo today. Everybody pretty much told me to edit this photo here with the lollipop. So we're gonna go with the lollipop image and we're gonna give it a whirl here. We're gonna see what we get. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if some people come in, give people a chance to come on in. There we go. Now we got about, is this live or is it recorded? This is live. We are 100% live. Pretty soon I'll get my camera so that you guys can see me, but right now you don't want to see me. My hair is all messed up. Just woke up. So it's actually kind of perfect for today. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Let's see here. So interesting settings by Vanessa. She shot at 6.3, which I don't do very often, but in this specific example, it actually works out because you get all this nice detail and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I've got this nice red theme going on here. Her face is a little bit on the cool side, so I'm definitely going to bring up the temperature. I like to go more in the warm side, so I'm definitely going to go up. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for joining. And Miss Vanessa has just joined. What's up, Mr. Vicente? See, this is why I like going live in the morning. Right now it's like 6 here in the United States, 6 in the morning. But so much of my fans on YouTube are not from the United States, believe it or not. It says there, where do I send my photos? You're going to send your photos to here. Let me take this off. There you go. Submit your files to Infante Critique. I'm probably going to be doing these about maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So far, it's been fun. It's cool. It actually makes, well, at least I feel like it's going to help me improve with my editing because I get to, work with different photographs and different settings. The first 2 episodes were both done with natural light. And I want to say that this is natural light. I don't know, Vanessa, can you help me here? Is this natural light or is this strobe? Let me zoom into the eyes. It looks like it looks like a reflector or it looks like that's a strobe, but I can't tell. But I'm using Camera Raw because this is a Canon file. So Capture One I purchased for Sony, so I won't be able to use that. Let me take that off. What's going on, Pratik? Hey, Rage, you were here the other day, man. Thank you for joining in. What's up, Kings? Hello, Creation. And Vicente, yeah, man, I'll take a look at my email again, man. I am starting to get a lot of emails for this live critique stuff, man. Hey, good evening, guys. And Vanessa did use off-camera flash for this. Awesome. I'm gonna bring up the exposure just a little bit on her. I wish I could use this in Capture One. If I was in Capture One, what I would do is I would brush a mask on her, and then I would bring that levels up or that curves. But it's okay. I can always do that in Photoshop, so it's not the end of the world. I can also use the adjustment brush, which I'm probably going to do in a little bit. Let me bring up that sharpening a little bit. Let's go about 16. So this is the interesting one. Obviously, we have a lot of reds, and I'm trying to figure out, do I want to go darker? Do I want to go brighter? I'll go a little dark. And then the orange is going to be a lot in the skin tone. I definitely want her to pop a little bit, so that's why I'm bringing that up. Yellows, looks like there's not that much yellow. Green, I doubt there's anything here. Same thing with the aquas. There might be some purples in this. we'll go negative, and then there probably is some magentas. Yeah, there is right up there. So I'm gonna leave that a little bright. Thank you, thank you. I just woke up, so I'm surprised my voice is cute. I literally woke up like 15 minutes ago. But luckily, I've been playing around with this kind of live setup. So everything's kind of saved. Literally just have to come on and everything's kind of set up. But there's still a lot more things that I want to do for this live stuff. So I'm excited for that. I just need to design some graphics and stuff, but it's going to develop and it'll hopefully come together pretty soon. There we go. How can you send photos? You're going to send them here to Infante Critique. Hey Alex, what's up, man? Thank you for joining in, man. What's going on, man? From Poland. All right. So far, haven't really pushed the image too much. Before I get down to this color, though, I'm going to come into, where is it? I wonder if I should use the radial filter. I'm going to try the radial filter instead of the brush. So I'm going to go like right about here. I'm going to see what this looks like first. So I'm using the radial filter so that I want to bring back a little bit of exposure into the face. Let's bring up some of the shadows as well, just a little bit. This is where I can also maybe adjust the white balance. I think it's already fine. I made that adjustment already. Yeah. Okay, cool. Snapshots. What about the graduated filter? Since the light's coming from here, I think I'm going to add one right over here. So that kind of, the light kind of guides our eyes and it goes to her, and then I don't need any light or our eyes to get distracted over here. So that's why I'm going to darken this up just a little bit. So that kind of gives her that pop. Cool. How do I do this? Still kind of used to, oh, okay. So this one, oh no, I have to come up here. What is my take on clarity? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of clarity, at least not at the raw level, because, you know, if you push it too much, it's going to be hard to undo. So if I do push clarity, it'll be like anything from like 1 or 2. What is the difference between Lightroom and Camera Raw? I would say they're pretty much the same, man, to be honest. What's up? Good morning from the Dominican Republic. All right, so let's see. I'm going to push these blues a little bit. Nothing on the hue. I'm gonna push that to 2. So let's take a look at what I've done so far. Haven't done a lot. I think we're gonna have more fun in Photoshop, but just kind of wanted to fix the color of her skin. It was looking a little bit blue with the white balance. So I made that adjustment. Made an adjustment here by adding a graduated filter to darken this side of the image because the light's coming in from this direction. So that'll kind of help us kind of go here. And then we added a radial filter so that we could add a little bit of exposure. I might add a little bit more. Let's go 30. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And I think we're at a good starting point for now. And I think we're ready for Photoshop. Vanessa asked a great question. She says, does Capture One not work on Canon? It does. The only problem is that when you buy Capture One, you got to buy it for a specific brand of camera that you're going to edit with. Now most people are going to think, that's stupid. Why does Capture One do that? It's because each RAW file is very different on Fuji, Canon, Sony. So Capture One has made a specific version for each brand, which makes sense. I don't know if you guys have heard of the issue with Fuji and working with Lightroom. They don't work really well together. So a lot of people that shoot Fuji go with Capture One because I forgot what it is, something with the sensor, blah, blah, blah. But the point is it tends to work with raw files better specifically for a specific brand. So that's why they do it like that. So I could use Capture One, except I didn't buy Capture One for Canon. I bought it for Sony. That's the problem. Hey, what's going on, Bokeh Master? Speaking of Bokeh Master, I'm doing a 400 millimeter video pretty soon. Hey, good morning. Make a video on editing backlit portraits. How about you send me a photo for the live critique? I think that would be best, man. Yes, that does make sense. Can I send you email in the chat room? I want to send you photos. Yeah, so send me the photos, man, to this email here, okay? And when I go live again, maybe I can get to, your images, man. But I promised Vanessa I was going to use her photo today. So there's still a lot of emails that I have to get through. Now I'm getting more. Started off kind of slow, but then as I've done episode 1 and 2, more and more people are starting to send stuff, so it's pretty cool. All right, so I guess I'm going to fix this. This kind of, I don't know, my eyes kind of go over here. I'm going to fix it now before I move on. So I'm going to go to content aware, see how that does. Does a good job. So I just use the patch tool, Shift F5. That took care of that. And I don't really think there's any other really distractions or anything else. I kind of like all this texture that's here. So everything else looks fine. So we're ready for frequency separation. So let's start rocking and rolling with that. This image is going to be nice and sharp because it was shot at 6.3, so should have no issues separating the texture and the color here. So I'm looking throughout the entire body to make sure I can get the right radius number. So I'm going to go, I think 16 is going to be the route for me. And let's go 17 just to be safe. And we're good to go. You're welcome. You have sent me an Indian ethnic fashion. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at that, man. Okay, got a question here. Last time I used the color wheel toolkit. Is it worth buying or is it just a way to speed up your workflow only? I haven't determined if it's worth it or not. Like I said, I've said in a couple of videos, I'm just kind of playing around with it. I just made the jump to be like, yeah, I'll buy it. Why not? Who cares? And I don't think it's for everybody. I think that's the key thing. I don't think it's for everybody. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I can find it useful from time to time. Hey, what's going on? Okay, let's get this out of the way and let's get started with frequency separation. Let me check my stuff real quick. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so let's go into frequency separation and let's start off with the texture now. All these strands, I think I'm gonna probably leave them. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that detail anyways because of it's a full body shot, but I could be wrong. I'll double check right now. So I like using the clone stamp. I think I got a question last night or yesterday about why I don't use the healing brush. You can use either one. It doesn't matter. It's going to do the same thing. And I'll say this a lot, is just use whatever works best for you. Everybody's going to have a certain preference. So there's always a million different ways to do stuff in Photoshop. So right now I'm just using the clone stamp with the frequency separation so that I can just move around some of this texture. And it's funny, I've been trying to do a lollipop shoot for a while. Me and Marco and Vanessa got it before us. So hopefully we'll get to it pretty soon. But I don't know if we're going to be able to shoot. Here in Texas, it's starting to, this whole situation starting to get bad again here. So might go into lockdown. We'll see. We'll find out. And I'm listening to Radiohead again. It's been Radiohead all this week as I'm editing. I thought maybe I was gonna jump to Oasis today, but nope. It is Radiohead once again. I'm making some adjustments here on the leg. You could see that she had some marks here because of her socks. So I'm just making those adjustments. Yes, I do have a frequency separation action. That's a good idea, having the same picture as I do. The only problem is that this is not my photo. I wouldn't want to be giving away a photo that doesn't belong to me. So that's the only issue, man. But that would be kind of cool. So you guys can download it and then kind of be editing along with me and kind of just seeing what's up. But yeah, that's the only problem that I see, man. Is that this is not my image. People are nice enough to send them to me and I don't want to be giving away their image. Of course, I could ask permission from them, but I don't know. Something to think about. Didn't even think about that. So good idea. Maybe I'll ask them. It's like, hey, is it okay if I put it in the description so people can download? So I'll think about that. Thank you. Yeah, we had the perfect outfit too for it, but we just couldn't find a good lollipop. Maybe we were overthinking it. Maybe we were trying to go for this like epic lollipop, but we need to just keep searching. And then all the stores are pretty much closed. There we go. So I think I've got the texture out of the way. Yeah, Kenny, if you missed this live, man, don't worry. I usually leave them up for a couple of days on my channel. and then I'm gonna start archiving them on my website. Let me bring up my website real quick so you guys can see it. So you guys can see where to go. So I have episode 1 there. I'm gonna put episode 2 pretty soon. But this is it. So if you go to my website, eliinfante.com, you'll see right here it says YouTube Live, and then I already have episode 1 here. So just because I unlist them doesn't mean you can't watch them. You're just gonna you have to have the link though. So the links will be here, and you can click it, and then you can watch some. Yep. All right. So now let's get to the mixer brush. Vanessa, when you're editing, are you doing dodge and burn, or are you doing frequency separation? You're doing both? Can I give you the link for the dodge and burn and all that stuff? You can go, I already have a list of videos. They're gonna already be on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist that's called photo editing, retouching and stuff. And those videos will be on there, man. So that's the list of videos that you wanna check out, man. All right, so let's start mixing this color. Oh man. 1 second, guys. My tablet's not working, so let me see if I can unplug it and plug it back in. See if I can get this kind of set up. Come on, tablet. That's one of the things I forgot to do, was check if my tablet was gonna work. There we go. Yay, it's working. I think. Nope, it's not working. So I'm gonna have to do my edit with the mouse because my tablet is not working. It's not connecting for some reason. It worked for a moment and then it just stopped working, but it's okay. We'll be fine. It means I'm meant to do dodge and burn with a mouse. I can do it. If it doesn't come out good, you guys can laugh at me later. But I'm using a mouse. There we go. Let's take a look at this. This is the before and then the after. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Before and then after, just kind of smoothing that out. Let me unplug my tablet again. Maybe I can get it to work again. Come on, tablet. Okay, let me move over here. Vanessa says she does a little bit of both, the dodge and burn and a little bit of frequency separation. Cool beans is my, yay, it's working. Okay, cool. Woo! This makes it speed it up a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this one here. If you guys have any questions throughout this process, now is the time to ask. I get a bunch of questions on Instagram. I tried to get through all of them yesterday, actually. I had like questions that I'd been meaning to get to, but you have to take a break from social media. Sometimes I can't be on my phone answering questions all the time. It's a lot easier live than to be checking on my phone. As much as I would love to, it gets exhausting after a while. So frequency separation works really well when it comes to the legs. You'll save yourself a shitload of time instead of dodging, burning all this stuff. Oops, I always forget to take off that comment. Are you serious? You have not taken the tablet out of the box? You have the Apple trackpad. I don't know, man. I've never used a trackpad before. Are you using like I think there's like a program where you can still use a pen on there? Are you doing it that method, or are you using your hand and your fingers to edit on there? Let's see what we got so far. Let's take that off. I like it. Digging it so far. Just gonna lower the opacity to like 85 just in case. Let's get into some dodge and the burn. I'm gonna try to, hopefully the dodge and burn won't take me too long because I want to get to the fun stuff. I like the color grading. Color grading, this image has a lot of potential. It's actually gonna be a challenge because there's so much red and there's so many colors to kind of manipulate. And I actually have an idea for something right now. I just got this idea right now about what I can possibly do. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how to use the program that well, but I'm going to take it into a different program in a little bit. I'm not going to spoil the surprise of it all. Take it and we'll see what we might find. But I haven't used the program like in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to be rusty with it. Oh man, I keep leaving the comments on there. Damn it. I tried to program it yesterday. I was trying to figure it out how to code it so that the comment would only stay there for like 8 seconds and it would disappear on its own, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm going to have to play around with it some more. I have it set up with my Stream Deck. So it's like a separate little board that when I want the comments to disappear or certain pictures, I can just click that. But I couldn't figure it out, like I said. So maybe I'll play around with it some more today. So Vanessa, if I'm not mistaken, it's 8 o'clock your time. Is that correct? So it's already Wednesday, 8 p.m. out there. That's crazy. So I got a question that says, my biggest problem is when posting IG, the picture is losing all the detail. I don't know why. So another thing that I've been trying out when I post, outside of the way I typically sharpen, I'll also use Web Sharpen by Greg Benz. That's something that you might want to look into. All right. So now let's come over here. Let's take a look at this. Let me just change my playlist right now. I am going to move on to a different group. Who should I listen to now? I was listening to Radiohead, but now I feel like, I'm just going to listen to my recent playlist on Spotify. My liked songs. Let's just listen to that. So I'm still doing some dodge and burn here. I'm not gonna spend too much time with the leg, but I do want to even out some of these areas. These are small areas that you probably won't even notice anyway, so that's why I don't want to spend too much time, but I do want to get like the bigger areas. So let's take a look at the overall. I'm gonna group these. I'm not done yet. I still gotta do global, still gotta get to the eyes and stuff, but I always like to group this and then just kind of take a look. Am I going in the right direction? I like it so far. I think I forgot to go into this part with frequency separation, so I'm going to go back. Let me just make some adjustments here. What in the heck is going on here? I want the mixer brush. There we go. Okay. I'm I'm gonna go back to the dodge and burn, and I am going to adjust my helper layers just a little bit more. I wanna make sure that the face, get it as good as I can get without taking too long here. Like I said, a lot of these details you're not gonna see because it's a full body shot, so. I think this area looks fine. This one looks okay too. There's a couple of areas over here. It's 5:37 your time. Is that the fan CPU in the background? Yeah, probably, more than likely, man. Keep in mind, I got Photoshop running, I got music going on, then I got vMix, and I'm streaming. Then I got vMix Social, so the comments pop up. So there's a lot of things that are going. I'm pushing my computer here a little bit, my poor little laptop. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna spend about 5 more minutes on this dodge and burn. We're gonna have to be satisfied with it. And I wanna move on to the color. I wanna see where I'm gonna go with this color. This is definitely gonna be a little bit of a challenge for me in a good way. Okay, that looks good. Now let's do some global real quick. So I think I'm gonna be done with the local. Hey, what's going on, man? Good morning. Just editing a photo here from Miss Vanessa. She was nice enough to send me an image. Or actually, she sent me more than just one. But this is the one I decided to go with. Most people voted on Instagram. They're like, hey, do this one. I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Let's do it. So I'm just brightening up the eyes just a little bit. I'm going to darken up the eyebrows. What's going on, Andres? Hashtag team no sleep. How are you doing? Haven't talked to you in forever. Have you graduated already? That's how long it's been since I've had you. Wait, no, there's no way you've graduated. No, you were with Cece. So Cece was she was a sophomore. It means you're gonna be a junior. Oh my gosh. Wait, right? You're gonna be a junior or you're gonna be a senior? By the way, Andres, you're the only one that's actually joined my lives. All my other students from Quest are not loyal. They don't even care about me. They don't even support their teacher. Look, you left Quest and you're still supporting. That's how loyal you are. If I'm gonna just switch to your school. I'm gonna go to your school. All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a selection of the luminosity values so I can start darkening up some areas. So what you saw there in white are areas that I selected and now I can darken here. By making that mask, let's take a look at what it looks like when I brush that in. So if I hold Alt, you'll see that that's where I was actually brushing right there. Okay. Let's take a look at the dodge, the local. This is where I was local dodging. This is where I was doing the local. I'm actually gonna darken this leg a little bit. So I'm gonna press Control D. I'm gonna go back to burn. This is probably gonna be in the lights too. So I'm gonna push L2. And yeah, I'm getting that selected there and a little bit here. So I'm gonna push select. And I'm just darkening up and burning a little bit of that leg so that that leg doesn't stand out. So if I go back and before and after, there we go. Let's go to the eyes now. So I'm gonna push Control D to deselect that. Let's go to eyes. Hey, thank you so much. What tools panel am I using? I'm using something called Lumenzia. I'm your #1 fan. I'm gonna go to La Jolla. It's amazing. I'm taking cosmetology classes, so I'll be licensed by the. Unfortunately, couldn't see the whole message. Let me go to. Oh, okay. Cosmetology. So I'll be licensed by the time I graduate. That's super awesome, Andres. Super awesome, dude. Do they have photography in La Jolla? Like, what are they doing right now in La Jolla? Like, are you guys gonna go? Have they announced if you guys are gonna go back to school? Is it gonna be online? Like, how is that gonna work for you at your school district? Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go to the eyes. But yeah, man, let me know what your school is planning on doing. I know ideas kind of like up in the air. They said we were gonna go back, and then everybody's kind of battling not to go back. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. All right, so I think we're done with that. Now we're gonna be able to get into the color grading. So we got that stuff so far. Let me just check some stuff real quick before we move on. Okay, cool. The name is called Lumenzia. The name is right out here on the tab. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Maybe it's too small, but it's called Lumenzia. All it does is just create luminosity masks. Okay. Yeah, let's get to the color. I'm gonna start off with selective color, and then I'm gonna get to that thing I want to experiment with in a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We shall see. But I'm just more focused on the skin tone here. Okay. I'm just gonna name this skin tone. Okay, I'm gonna open up something else real quick. I want to try it out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but whatever. Oh, they have photography. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense that you go back for your cosmetology class. That's what I was about to ask. See, that's what's gonna suck about my class is like I don't know how I'm gonna teach photography online. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up this image in something called 3D LUT Creator. This is gonna let me manipulate the colors a little bit. I just want to play around with it. I might give up on it. We shall see. But there's so much to this program. I don't even know how to use. I really don't know how to use it, to be honest. But I was thinking that I could maybe manipulate these colors of the background. Now I haven't figured out how to mask yet. I know that there's a way that you can mask, and I haven't used this program like in probably a couple of weeks. I was getting used to it, and then I was getting like, and then I kind of stopped using it. So I already forgot how to use it. I was like, damn it, I should have stuck with it. But I want to see if I can change the color of this background. Let me see if I can kind of mess with this. So obviously I'm going to mask it out in a little bit. This is going to create a LUT. But I'm kind of going opposite of the color wheel. We got red, and why not? I think opposite is like green, but I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to throw this back into Photoshop. And let me mask this out real quick. Let me see what it looks like. I need to learn how to do the masks in 3D LUT. I know that there's so many things you can do with that program. I just need to play around with it some more. I think it could be interesting, but I don't know if I want to spend all this time masking. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. It actually looks kind of cool, actually. It looks a little different, but I don't know. Purples. Let's try to switch it to purples. Let's go, and we'll try one more time. If I can't get it the way I want, it's okay. We'll just move on. But I need to play around with this some more. The purples, it actually did a pretty good job, and it didn't really change a lot. Let's go purples. What do you think, Vanessa? Should we go purples? This is your image. Obviously, her skin is kind of getting affected. I know there's a mask option over here, but I need to freaking figure it out. It's bothering me so much. There's so much to this damn program. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. But it's by luminance. Let me click by reds. Can I do this? You know what? What if I still mask it out just a little bit? Kind of blend it. I think that's what this is doing. Dun dun dun. Difference, HSP. Anyways, I'll play around with this later. I'm just gonna have to mask it in Photoshop myself for now. Let me just check a couple more things before I get... I'm literally just playing right now. Those of you that are watching, I really wish I knew how to use this program. But it's, you know what's kind of cool about playing with this program a little bit is that it makes you feel like a newbie all over again. Just when you think you know everything, you're just like, oh crap. So when I have been playing around with this, I've just been basically playing around with what looks good to my eyes. I think we'll leave it there. Let's try this, and if it doesn't work, we'll get back into Photoshop. But I'm digging the purples. Let's do the select subject. See if that does good. Perfect. We're gonna go feather. We're gonna make the feather smaller. Let's go like 45. And then let's go to edit and then fill. And then let's go black. You guys liking the purples? What do you guys think? I just wanted to try something different, you know, because there was so much red, and I was like afraid that I wasn't gonna have like a lot to play around with, and I wanted to just was like, screw it, why not? I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit too saturated, so I'm gonna bring it down to like maybe let's go 75, so it kind of still blends back into that. Let's go 65. The program was called 3D LUT Creator. Like I said, there's so much things you can do with it. I don't even know how to use it all that great. I was trying to learn, and then I just I stopped for a moment, but I like what I did there. We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it, and then we'll just keep going on from here. Let's see what else we got. All right, now that we got that blues set up, now we can get into like my normal stuff. Now let's get into like, let's see what we can do with color balance. I want to push some more of the color. So let's go into like shadows and let's get into, yeah, let's add some of the blues. There we go. So this kind of shadows go into the blues. It matches here. It's getting into the face a little bit. So we're going to make some adjustments in a little bit. We'll add a little bit of magentas into the shadows to kind of match the magentas / purples that we're getting over here. And then maybe just a little bit of red. Okay. What I am going to do though is I am going to add it as a blend if. We're going to blend it only into the dark threes. Let's see if that works. That looks good. So it doesn't go into the face as much. Let's try the darks too. What do we got there? Darks too. Yeah. So it's in the face a little bit, but it's not that much. And if I feel like it's too much, all I can do is simply just come in here with the flow at 13% and then just brush it a little bit away from the face and the legs. We don't want the legs to get too... There we go. Thank you, Kev. Thank you so much, man. I'm really trying a lot of different stuff here. So if you guys look back at this live later today or tomorrow, I apologize if you think like, man, Eli, what the heck are you doing, man? Sometimes in the moment it looks good and then you come back, you're like, oh gosh, I embarrassed myself, but it's okay. It'll be all right. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Now that I have that kind of set up, I'm gonna come back into the shadows. I'm gonna see if I can, yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit more purples here. There we go. But I don't like that it's getting on the leg. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna mask this out. So I'm gonna copy the mask I did earlier with the subject. I'm gonna place it on her so none of that gets affected on her. There we go. I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit. Let's go about maybe 75. Thank you. This image was submitted by Miss Vanessa Chicken Nuggie. Thank you, Chicken Nuggie. All right, what else? The gradient map skin tone. Let's see if this is gonna look good. So I do like the gradient map skin tone. It does make her skin tone look better. So this is just a gradient map that I'm adding right now. Ah, there we go. Let's see, Andres. You might be starting drag soon, so I might need a photographer as soon as that. Let me quickly say it's great. Just let me know, man. Let me know. Can you update the raw file? This is Vanessa's image, so it's really up to her. As of right now, there's no plans on it. Like I said, this is from another photographer. It's not from me. But yeah, I like using this gradient map because it kind of evens out the skin tone a little bit. Especially in these shadowed areas, it starts to get like in the darks, and it kind of gets that dark kind of brown, and sometimes it doesn't look good. So I like using this. I am going to zoom out right now. It's obviously too high of a number on the opacity. Just go 15. And that looks nice. Digging it. Oh, I always forget to take off the comments. There's so many things going on. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna save it. Give me like a 30-second break. I just kind of want to breathe for a moment. I'm doing this live and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of so many things. This image is a challenge, which is a good thing because I knew that I wanted to change those colors from red to a different color just to kind of experiment. I don't do that very often, by the way. Very rarely will I'll do something like that. I'm just gonna save this to the desktop. So let me just kind of sit back, take a look at this real quick. If you have questions, now's the time to ask. I'm just gonna take, once again, a little break here and just kind of see what I got to work with. What am I liking? What am I not liking? What adjustments do I need to make? Good morning, Cesar. What's up, man? How many people are on here right now? I haven't been able to see. I have 3 windows that I'm looking at right now. Cool. I have my iPad, then I have my BenQ, then I have my laptop, then I have my Stream Deck here. Of course, Vanessa was going to be here. She sent the image. The Chicken Nuggie. All right. I'm going to look at the before and after of the purples. I'm going to tone it down just a little bit. I had it at 65. Let's go like 55. How does that look? Yeah, I like it like that. Yeah, we're going to stick with it. We're going to keep it purple. Why not? Do something different. Matter of fact, I wonder if, I don't know if this is going to work or not. What if I bring that purple into the outfit too? Will it work? Oh, it will work. What do you think, Vanessa? Should we add the purple into the outfit? Yay or nay? Okay, Vanessa says yes. So we're gonna add the purple into the outfit here. Let's see what it looks like. You know what's crazy is that I'm not much of a guy to change the colors very often like this. So this is the first time you see me kind of get out of my comfort zone here. I usually stay safe, but let's see what it looks like when I zoom out. It's not too bad. Yeah, we'll stick with the purple. We'll keep it different. Yeah. It's a vibe. Yes, I agree. It is a vibe. We'll keep it like that. All right. So now I don't know what to do with my life. I know that I want to do curves. Let's play around with this color wheel that I have been using lately. Let's see what I can come up with here. Nah, I'm bringing in too much color there with that thing. Nope. How do I select rich colors? Using curves or selective color are usually my favorite methods. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. We're not gonna use this for now. I'm gonna just put it back where it was at. And I am gonna do just a little bit of curves. I'm gonna go into the reds. Like that. Ah, very true. So I'll kind of tweak that in a little bit. What I can do is there we go. There we go. Thank you for that. So I kind of masked that part you were talking about, or the warmth and stuff. So that should have addressed that. Super cool. Thank you. There we go. Okay, let's get into I adjusted the opacity, so I think it's looking better now. Yep. Thank you for that, man. I agree. That's why whenever I do these edits, what happens is like as I'm editing here on the fly, you kind of go through a vibe where you're like, oh, that looks really good. And then like 5 minutes later, you're kind of like, oh man, that doesn't look as good as I thought. So usually I'll come back to an image like an hour later, 2 hours later, and kind of just verify that it looks actually good. So I'm going to see if any of these other presets that I've done with other images will look good. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If not, I can just make it from scratch. Let's go with the Julie Red. No. Are you allowed to post a final edit? Yes, you are, Miss Vanessa. Assuming I'm happy with it. So far, I like it, but I want to make sure I'm 100% happy with it. more than likely, I think what's going to happen is when I'm done with this image, it's going to be one of those things where I probably will edit a little bit after this live because more than likely it won't be perfect. And I'm going to need to take a break from it. So that's what I'm thinking is going to end up happening. But I'm going to try to get through most of the edit live, and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, I like what it did there. Cool. So let's kind of take a look at the overall before and after. What do we have so far? So let's kind of look at the buildup. Skin retouching, skin tone a little bit. Went with the 3D LUT. Then we added the darks too. Gradient map on the skin, the curves, and then this is where we're at right now. I know editing and talking at the same time is, but it's actually a good skill because it actually helps me when I record my YouTube videos now. Because when I record my YouTube videos now, it's just me and I don't have to worry about like looking at my iPad, controlling my Stream Deck, and making sure everything's running smooth. So it actually helps slow other things down. So it's kind of cool. Thank you, Vicente. So far, I'm liking that. I'm going to take a little break again. Take a look at some of the questions. Anything else? Damn, I've been live for almost an hour and 20 minutes or so. I think I might end it here. Now, I don't think I'm done with the full edit yet. I'll probably come back and tweak some more things, but so far, this is what I'm liking so far. And I think we might just end it here because I definitely need a break. I need to see, okay, is the direction I'm going with the colors the right way that I want to go? And look for any maybe minor mistakes I might have missed. So we'll see. But I'm digging it. I like it. It's not perfect yet, I'll admit. There's still some areas that I'm still looking at. I'm like, oh, you know what? Before we do end it, I want to play around with, well, before we do infinite color, I have some libraries that I've been playing around with. Let me try this one. Let me add this infinite color. I like it like that. That looks good. This one we can bring down. Let's bring it to like 20. And then color lookup, we're going to shift 5. Let's make it white. We're going to select and then the subject. Yes, I'm going to make some breakfast right now. All I had was some orange juice right now. Let's see, feather. Let's go 45. Shift F5. Let me just do this real quick. I want to see if this is going to look good. Nah, doesn't need it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to save it again one more time. And then I'm going to take a look at this image later on today. And then we'll go from there. So if there's any last minute questions you guys can ask. Let me just get back to my, there we go, my YouTube thing here. Go eat some breakfast. Yes, I am. I am hungry. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun. It's pretty cool experimenting, trying new things. If you're not making mistakes, then you aren't learning. So don't be afraid to make those mistakes and to try something different, whether it works or not. Don't worry, Seth, man. This will stay up, man. And you're always watching, so it's no biggie, dude. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys in a couple of days. I'll probably go live in a couple of days again. So once again, appreciate you guys checking it out and stuff.